games started really quick for them and seemed like they were a step ahead, that you guys held in there despite the shot disparity. How did you feel about that first period and how things just kind of fired up?
We weren't very good in the first. We were watching Minnesota State play hockey. We were on the wrong side of the battles. We weren't engaged in the battles. Minnesota State came out ready to play, and we didn't look like we were ready to play right away. We were fortunate to get out of that first period only being down 1-0.
What did you feel like helped change in that second period? Was it just kind of a attitude adjustment? Were you guys able to just
We didn't make any adjustments. We just started to play harder. We didn't change the thing. We just told our guys we need to play harder, and we need to, win more races. We need to engage in stick battles. We need to move our feet. We were standing around kind of hoping things were going to happen, not going and trying to make something positive happen. And to our guys' credit, when the second period started, we started to do that. And for the last 40 minutes, our guys played really, really well. Did a really good job.
Christian, of course, hanging in there early with the salvo shots. It seemed like he had a very consistent effort.
Yeah, he was really good. Like I said, we were fortunate to only be down 1-0 after one because Minnesota State had a good first period, and then we got going. And unfortunately, we weren't able to capitalize on some of those really good chances in the second. But we kept playing. To play as well as we played in the second period and to be down 2-0, that was frustrating. But we really kept pushing and had another really good third period, and just weren't able to get one to tie it up there at the end.
How big of a goal jolt was that?
Oh, big, really big. It got the crowd excited. A really, really good crowd again tonight at Slater Family Arena, and they were into it. We were working. They were engaged in the game because we gave them a reason to. In the first period, we didn't give them a reason to be engaged in the game. But after the first period, like I said, our guys really played hard. We did a lot of really good things. I'd like to see us hit the net more. I'd like to see us finish around the net, but it wasn't because we weren't trying, and we weren't trying to do the right things.
Coach, overall, 73 total shot attempts, 28 on goal. Kind of, what is your thoughts on the offense as a whole throughout the whole game?
Well, I mean, you can't count it as a whole because I don't think we played a whole game. We played 40 minutes of a game, so we played 2/3 of the game. We started to we didn't, like I said, we didn't make any real changes. We just started to do things the way we talked about doing them all week long, playing to our strengths and trying to make life hard on Minnesota State. And when we did that, we got chances. We were around their net. We had opportunities. Unfortunately, we lost the special teams battle, even though we had 2 power plays and they only had the one. We couldn't, the one we had in the second period there, we had a bunch of zone time and weren't able to cash in there late in the second period. But I just, to get that many attempts against Minnesota State, that's a really good effort when you consider you really only did it for 40 minutes.
Just kind of what are your thoughts also on the defense today? You said, is this the level of play you want to see from your defense day in and day out?
Yeah, we had some, Minnesota State will do that to you. You're going to have to defend and you're going to be in your own zone. And we felt like, for the most part, we did a real good job of handling that, sorting things out in our defensive zone and being connected with people and all the things we talk about. And then obviously our goalie had to do a good job. But in the second 2 periods, we did defend a lot better.
Minnesota State had a lot of blocks, especially in the first 2 periods there, where you mentioned, your team wasn't playing as hard as you would like. Was there anything that Minnesota State was doing defensively that was giving you trouble early on? They're
experienced. You look at their lineup. They're an older group that's won a bunch of hockey games, and they, in a game like tonight, those are things that have to matter. Those are one really good attempt we had on our first power play at one-timer from Swankler. Their guy went down on a knee and just blocked a shot, and that's not easy. That's not fun. It hurts, and you've got to be willing to accept that. And so they do a nice job of blocking shots, and they're real physical in front of the net, and they make life hard on you if you go to that area. And we want our guys to go to the area, but it's they just do a good job defending. They've been in the top in the country in goals against for a reason. It's not their goaltender's outstanding, but they also defend hard in front of them.
Once you guys were able to get inside and right at McKay, he kind of clamped down in the third period there. Just thoughts on trying to get past him?
Yeah, he's he's got 100+ wins for a reason. He's a really good college goalie, and we have to get traffic in front of him. But we felt like there were times in that game where we had plays and had offensive opportunities that were negated. We'd love to see a penalty called here or there when we felt like we had possession and we had momentum and we had opportunity. We felt like we put ourselves in a position by our effort and by what we were doing to get a few more power plays. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So I would say we just need to continue that. We need to continue to work and hope that we can draw more penalties tomorrow night.
Aside from Burke's goal, was there any point within that second period that you felt that you guys were able to gain the momentum that you wanted?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the shots in the second period. What were they? 13-6, I think, or something like that. So you're doing something right. And that power play we had late, we had a lot of zone time and had some decent opportunities there. There was a couple plays in and around their net that we were close. We weren't able to connect, but we played in their end a bunch, and we were physical, and we did a lot of good things. At the end of the day, it was a good hockey game, and our guys woke up from the first period and played, for the most part, really well. Unfortunately, you can't take a period off in college hockey, but especially against the number one ranked team in the country, and so. Again, we've talked about it in here more than once. We know what we're capable of. We know what our standard and when we're at our best can be. And you saw it tonight against as good a team as there is in college hockey. They're the number one ranked team in college hockey for a reason, and we went toe-to-toe with them and it played really well. But really well doesn't get you what you want to get.